Hey, welcome to another exciting episode from MXRenter.com. Dirt Bike Mike here along with the Corvinator, helping you save yourself from going insane, broke, or bald. Speaking of bald,
Right,
Corvinator,
exactly.
what are we going to be showing them today, buddy?
We're cleaning an air filter today.
Cleaning. Listen, man, how important is this? I mean, when I was a kid, I had a little YZ80, lived in Titusville, Florida, man, and we were absolutely tearing those trails up. And I'd probably go sometimes a month or more without cleaning my air filter. How important is it to clean your air filter?
Let me show you. So tell me, Mike, would you rather be breathing through this air filter, or would you rather be breathing through this one?
Okay, so I get it. That was a good demonstration. I mean, I bet you probably could stand there and breathe and get a decent amount of air through both of those masks.
Right.
But if I asked you to race a marathon wearing that second mask, you probably wouldn't get too far.
You wouldn't get too far.
Okay.
Like when we were kids, the misconception is we could put fuel in it and it'd run forever. That's all you needed to do. Well, that's a huge misconception. So the better quality air you put into your motor, the longer the motor's going to last, obviously.
Right.
But the faster you're going to go, the better and efficient the motor's going to run.
Exactly.
All right, so for today, what we're going to need is basically just a 10mm socket. Take the seat off, get to the air filter. Rubber gloves. Again, we don't want to get any chemicals on our skin. And today we're going to use a biodegradable chemical cleaning solution. All right, so the air filter is located in the air box, which is underneath the seat. We got to take the seat off. Really is only 2 bolts, 10mm bolts that you need to take off, okay? They're at the back side of the seat.
Okay.
All right, so we got the bolts out. We need to lift the seat at the back and pull backwards. It'll help remove the seat. Okay, as you can see, this is where the air filter is. It's filthy.
Wow. No.
Okay, inside the air box, you're going to see this wing nut. Okay, and this is what holds the air filter to the frame inside the air box. You need to unscrew that. Little trick, the wing nut, once you get it loose of the threads, leave it in there in the frame before you take the filter out. Just leave it all together.
Okay.
All right, one thing I want to point out on this Kawasaki, if you look inside the air box, you see this screen. 4-strokes have this screen. Some of the other manufacturers have the screen on the frame of the air filter. Okay? Some guys have a misconception that they want to remove that to increase airflow. You don't really want to do that. I think the main reason they put that in there is because 4-strokes have so much suction for the compression and the torque, you could actually suck your air filter through and it could cause some damage, especially if you're not cleaning it, and it'll deteriorate and fall apart. It'll end up inside your motor.
Is there also any backfire potential issues?
There is some backfire potential issues.
So,
That
good
will
idea.
help.
Yeah, leave it in there then, basically.
Exactly,
right?
yep. Today, like I said, we're using a biodegradable cleaning solution. Just follow the directions, whatever product you're going to use. You don't ever want to use gasoline for a cleaning solution. Reason being is because it'll melt the glue on your filter. That thing will fall apart quicker than you can believe. Also, it expands the pores inside the filter and it'll allow more dirt to come through into your motor. Don't want that grenading anything like we mentioned before.
Not at all. That's right.
All right, once you got everything set as far as your cleaning solutions ready, you want to remove the filter from the frame. Being very careful to remove the tabs that align the frame to the filter, and we're ready to clean it.
That is one.
One thing you always want to remember, never wring out the filter. That will rip it and tear it. You always want to just squeeze it. Squeeze it together while you're cleaning it. Squeeze it while you're putting the filter oil on, which we'll get into in a few minutes.
Okay.
Now we've got our air filter clean. We've got it hung up in a well-ventilated area so it dries out. And meanwhile, we're going to clean out the air filter box and the framework for the filter itself. So you always want to make sure that when you're cleaning this, the air track to the carburetor doesn't get any debris or dust or dirt or anything.
So nothing past that screen. Make sure no dirt and stuff gets inside that.
Cleanliness is holiness.
Yes, okay. Contact cleaner. Can't live without that stuff, huh?
Sure can't. Worth its weight in gold. All right, our air filter is dry, debris free, clean, ready to be oiled up and reinstalled. So we're gonna put some all the way around the filter, and then what you want to do is you want to squeeze it. Don't wring it. Again, don't wring this thing because it's going to rip. Just squeeze it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. I think I used to have a tendency to think don't put very much on it because I'm like, man, that's going to really make the filter not be able to breathe. But somehow or another, it still is able to get a lot of air out of that thing.
You can over oil a filter. I have done it before, and your bike will not run.
Is that right?
Yeah, it won't be able to suck enough,
so don't
suck enough air. As you can see, it's kind of squeezing out of it right there.
Yep. I can see that.
Just keep going and distribute it all the way through the filter.
Okay.
All right, so our filter is ready to be installed. We're going to put the frame inside the filter, put it back in the bike, we'll be done. Now, there's tabs on the filters, okay, and they stick out. You want to make sure that all the holes line up, okay? Be as delicate as you can. You don't want to rip the filter. Make sure your hole lines up for the screw, and then your tabs line up that hold the filter in place on the frame. On the rim of the filter here, what you want to do is you want to put some grease, some waterproof grease here. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a seal between the filter and the air track for the carburetor.
Okay.
And
Make sure no extra stuff gets around the outside edge of that.
It
filter.
creates a barrier, so nothing else can pass
Yep.
through that.
How much do we need to put on there in order for it to be effective? That's what I want to know.
You want to put a generous amount.
Generous.
Generous
right?
amount.
I like generous.
You
The Bible
can't-
says I'm supposed to be generous.
You can't put too much.
Terrific. All right, cool.
All right, so we got the filter in the air box. We've got the tabs lined up. Okay, we need to put the screw in now. Tighten it down.
How tight do we need to put this on there?
Very snug.
Very snug, so where it stops with your basic strong hand pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, one thing I like to do after I get the filter in, I always rub my hand around the edge and kind of press it against the air box to make sure this sealant seals against the air box.
Okay.
Ensures you get a good seal.
Hey, and by the way, oh, don't waste that, bro. Don't waste that. You left a little bit of peanut butter right there. I got that. That's good stuff.
All right, so we're all set. Need to put the seat on, crank her up, we're ready to ride.
Ready to ride. She's going to be able to breathe again now, right? We
Breathe.
just resuscitated a perfectly good 2009 KX450F.
So there you have it. Your bike should be breathing fine. We'll see you on the next episode.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of MXRenter.com. Dirt Bike Mike.
Oh, you're starting.
Corvinator.
So we have the peanut butter on the filter. I like grape jelly, so I'm gonna go grab some grape jelly. Mike,
Okay.
you like strawberry?
Yeah, I do like that kind. But by adding the jelly on there, that's going to give us a really nice sticky seal. Isn't that right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Is
Tastes
this one
good
of those
too.
super secret tips that we can expect to hear more often in these MX Renter videos?
Exactly.
Awesome, man. I
Special
had
tips
idea.
no one else knows about.
Well, we talked about saving people money. And I mean, if you can just use Jiffy peanut butter or Skippy or Peter Pan or something like that instead of having us buy those overpriced chemicals, man, I'm all for it.